Hello, how are you doing? There was a lot here. There was a lot, and whew, uh, I'm also taking in the Where Are They Now that they just showed and the preview for the next season, which is in January. The turnover time is too damn fast. But wow. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna wait for a couple people to get in here. Oh, Tate, you're finally catching a live. Glad you're catching it. Faith, glad to have you. Hey, Jason. Hey, Alexis. Oh, Where Are They Now is currently on. I'll make a video about it because I'm not staying up to keep watching that. Hey, Venus. All right, so before I get into it, I'll do the intro as usual. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Taste of Reality. My name is Queen E for those who don't know me. And we're reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 19, The Reunion, Part 2. We're gonna go in order. So if I see comments and like I miss it because it doesn't have to do what we're talking about, just run it back when we're actually talking about who we're talking about. Okay. So we ended off with Zach and Michaela. And now we're back with Zach and Michaela. So Zach doesn't believe that Kay ever loved him. Ever loved him. Okay. And he thinks she's a pathological liar. My problem with us as human beings in breakups is we tend to nullify everything in relationships. He wouldn't have wrote his heartfelt letter if it really was heartfelt and he truly believed that Michaela never loved him. Now there's a difference between I thought she loved me, but now like thinking of everything together, I'm starting to think that she never did. Cool. I feel like that's a different stance. But saying she never loved me, la-di-da. Come on now. Come on. Lola, I don't know who's watching the special. I'll watch the special. I'll do it later. So, yeah. So he says he loves love, but he isn't sure when he'll date again. Wink, wink. He's iffy about marriage, but he still wants to have children. Okay. Okay. I Something about Zach to me, I just felt like he would always say one thing and do another. So like he could say whatever and I would have to take it as a grain of salt to be honest. It sucks that he I really don't care where they are now. I'm dead. It sucks that he was in a partnership that he was in because it still was very toxic, even if you remove him. Like Michaela is toxic, but when it comes to Zach, when he talks, I also believe that he's the pathological liar. I think they're both pathological liars, and it's just unfortunate that they were put together. So, moving on to Johnny and Bao. Bao says she believes that they weren't a perfect match, and the only things similar about them were things that didn't aid in the relationship. I would have to agree. This boy is delusional and confused, very delusional and very confused, okay, in reference to Zach. So they said unless the cast meets up, they don't hang out. And somebody just mentioned Mirla and Johnny are the same exact person and deserve each other. Literally, that is Johnny's best bud, Mirla. He doesn't hang out with Bao at all, but Mirla, that's his Dawn, which is very interesting. Johnny says things turned around for him after meeting up with the experts and Bao challenged their marriage. And this is my biggest problem with Johnny. Johnny does not like seeing himself as the villain in the story. And realistically, we are all the villain in someone's story. It's unfortunate that in this situation where you thought you were coming into a picture perfect marriage, it turns out you were the catalyst to the destruction of the marriage. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. But the fact that he said, when she had a conversation with Pastor Cal, like that's when things changed for him, when she came back and relayed what she learned and what she discussed with him. I feel like the reason is because the marriage was challenged. He was challenged in the marriage. And the fact that he could possibly be the reason why they're on a downward spiral. Oh, God forbid. God forbid Johnny is the reason for things going like left. You know what I mean? Johnny Oh, mercy. I'm not reading that. Just jumped in. The rumors about Miller and Johnny are true. I don't know. I have no idea. He denounces the rumors. They didn't really stick for me because of the way that they were, tapping each other and smiling at each other. I don't know. I wouldn't have ever placed the two together, but when you think of their personalities, I guess it kind of makes sense. And he says if he would have been able to switch, it would have been nice to see how he would have bent for Mirla. So you're willing to bend for Mirla and you wouldn't even budge for Bao. What? Did the show confirm that Johnny and Mirla are together? No. Hey, Amy. We don't know. We don't know. It's very weird. Johnny said the reasons why he blew up is because they agreed to have off-camera conversations and like there were gaps in the story which made him look kind of crazy. He also said Bao is fake because she likes to present herself one way on camera and then be a different way when they're off camera. I'm kind of iffy with that because like she was saying, you have a way that you are with your friends. You have a way that you are with your boss. You have a way that you are with your spouse, how you are just by yourself. And filming is another facet of yourself that is different from who you are from a day-to-day basis. So, of course, there are things that she didn't want to speak candidly about, like their sex life and stuff like that. So, it's going to seem like, I guess, she's being fake. But she then said, that is a part of me that is the real me. You're just upset that you saw the real me and didn't like me. And I side with her when she says that. Maybe they might address it at the Where Are They Now because they looked super friendly in the promos for it. This is true. They could confirm that they are dating. Who knows? They are too close. And Where Are They Now? Oh, man. I noticed his teeth grinding when he was sitting with Bao. Any time he's in the presence of Bao, he just seems so discontent. And I'm like, okay, like, I get it. There's plot holes in their story. But there was just too much consistency in terms of his negative behavior, his negative attitude, and his unwillingness to, be a willing participant in this marriage that I don't care what the plot holes are. I still see Johnny as the villain in this marriage, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, y'all. He said cruel things on camera, sure did. And they had that CCTV. There was never a moment where they pulled up CCTV where Bao was all of a sudden out of character from how we've seen her on a day-to-day basis. Could that be production trying to skew the story? Of course. But you cannot skew how Johnny was consistently throughout the season. I'm so sorry. Johnny, baby, you're the villain. You're the villain. You just have to suck it up and accept it, babes. I'm surprised by the friendship between Gil and Brett. Yeah, so was I. I'm not watching the Where Are They Now right now, so all the Where Are They Now stuff, I can't really comment on it. Dun, dun, dun. He said the last 2 weeks of marriage, he didn't stay. He felt isolated and manipulated by Bao. And even with all of that, he still said yes. Because in his mind, he could not fathom that a no would mean the complete end of their relationship. And he just wanted to see where things go. If you're saying this woman isolated you from everybody, you felt manipulated by her, she was vindictive, what would the if matter? What if what? Who cares what the if is? If somebody's doing that to me and I can't even be in the same house as you for the last 2 weeks of an 8-week experience, I don't care what if. We're done. We're absolutely done. Absolutely done. Johnny is now in relationship therapy, he says. He's gone into dating. Like, what about real therapy? Relationship therapy, okay, fine. But what about real therapy? Because that's needed. He's been dating someone for over a month now. Bao says she's been dating too, but doesn't want to talk about it. They're probably going to talk about it in the Where Are They Now. They both claim that they aren't dating cast members, though, which we know is BS. Johnny was a liar. I completely agree that Johnny was a liar. You can't tell me otherwise. So during the women's chat, Michaela is not a fan of Ryan at all, says that, doubles down on it too. I'm like, damn, girl, okay, tell us how you really feel. Feels he was more invested in her relationship and didn't deserve Brett. I agree. I agree only because Ryan actually had good insight when it came to other people's relationships. But I think it was mainly because he was trying to divert from having to work through his own. Sure, we know the type thing was a thing. We get it. Type. She wasn't his type. She wasn't his type. But I think as soon as he checked out, it was just a complete avoidance. And whenever he says, oh, then I had tried to make it work again, but she shut me out, you had already done, like, the damage had been done. Even if you had said, oh, I'm going to try and do better, it's too little too late. So anytime Ryan had these like sound advice things, I'm like, why can't he apply it to his own damn marriage? And Michaela said it. He was more invested in her relationship than he was in his own. And it showed. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, y'all talking about where are they now? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not there yet. The last episode, I said she didn't say, I said, what's her name? Rachel didn't explicitly say that she and Jose are not going to get a divorce and are going to stay together. But this episode, she really did say it explicitly. Still feel like they should divorce, though, to be completely honest. I really do. Y'all are saying Zach just asked her out. I mean, the pictures that were circling around, people were saying were from the where are they now situation. So I don't think people assumed that they were dating before then. I might have even alluded to it. But from there, things might have popped off. Who knows? During the women's chat, Mirla doesn't think it should be a surprise to anyone that they broke up. And she says Gil didn't bring out the best in her. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Johnny Miller and Ryan's plexiderm self. What the hell is plexiderm? Showed their true trolling colors. Yeah, I mean, damn. Now I want to know what plexiderm means. Yeah, so Mirla says it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. And I think the only reason why it's a surprise is clearly she was hiding a lot of how she truly felt about Gil. We knew how she felt about the environment, the experience, the excursions they did, but we didn't know how she actually felt about Gil, especially because the way that she presented herself was, I wouldn't do A, B, and C unless I was truly into this person. And then in two twos, she's doing A, B, and C. So the assumption is she's into this person. You know what I mean? I don't really know. She even said Gil was good for her. Exactly. Lola thinks Mirla's a liar. Yes. Yeah, she not only said he was good for her, she was like, it's one thing to pray for something, and then it's another when you actually get it. And she's saying that in reference to Gil. But then all of a sudden, she's like, chemistry was never there. Attraction was never there. He didn't bring out the best in me. I'm like, where was this in the process? You know, like, why didn't we see this? Good evening, gospel. The best in her, Mirla ain't got no best. She's a manipulative, lying half a damn. If her husband and the experts were blindsided, then it was a surprise to everyone, and she should acknowledge that wasn't fair. I agree. Yo, Gil looked so distraught. And although I do have my criticisms about him, I do believe he genuinely fell for this woman. He genuinely believed what was said, and he didn't think to read between the lines. So she should have been more forthright with her feelings, because this man was in it, man. Hi, Lily. Great to have you. Oh, Plexidermis for eye bags. Sheesh. Like she should just admit it was the money thing. She should have asked for a divorce at the end and not stay married. Well, I mean, at the end, thank you. I did have a fabulous birthday. At the end of the day, she said it wasn't necessarily the money discrepancy alone. It was the motivations behind money. And then there were other events that happened that just made her not feel loved by him. And she didn't explicitly say what those things were. So I'm not sure what was going on. Dr. Pepper is not a fan of Mirla. She felt played too, definitely. And Dr. Pepper actually shared that she felt very disrespected by Mirla when she showed up drunk. I'm not going to lie to you. It's still kind of funny to me. From a TV perspective, Mirla showing up drunk was absolutely hilarious. From a professional perspective, especially being that I was working towards being a Dr. Pepper, like being in the line of work that she's in, I would be very offended because drinking is a conscious act and you had your call time. You knew where you had to be and when you had to be there for, and you decided to be wasted. That ain't right. Entertainment purposes, hilarious. Reality though, for somebody who's actually serious about marriage, actually wanting longevity in this process, you could already tell she wasn't here for that. She stayed for the check. I think so too. Because she lying. That's why she had no reasons. All right. So on to the experts, since we're talking about them. They claim that they had the most faith in this season's picks and are genuinely surprised. That's a damn lie. I'm so sorry. Because how are you going to put Jose and Rachel together and say, well, we know that they are complete opposites, but maybe it'll work? How are you going to put Mirla and Gil together? And it's like, well, money is really important to the both of them in very extreme different ways, but we think it's going to work. How are you going to cast someone like Michaela, who clearly was still holding a lot of trauma, and subject her to being a partner to somebody? Nah. The only pairing I actually think made sense during casting, not post the show, during casting, was Brett and Ryan. Even with Ryan's, oh, I only date supermodels and I'm a serial dater or whatever, I feel like if you take away, babes, I'm doing a live. It's your face for me.
Oh, sorry, bye.
Is this fast?
No, she's checking in on you. You look well. Okay, bye.
Goodbye. I'll call you later.
Okay, bye.
Um, it's harsh when the experts tell you marriage isn't for you. And I think that's true. I think Mirla is, I don't know if she, I don't like, you can just be in a partnership with somebody. You don't actually need to be legally married to them. And maybe that's what's best for her. Just somebody who breaks your back in, you could take trips with, maybe reproduce if you want to, but not an actual marriage that requires work. Now, some things that the expert said that I didn't agree with, though, I think it was Pastor Cal, and he was saying things like he thinks Mirla made a rash decision on the momentary feelings of not being happy, and you shouldn't base your decision on those small moments. The same can be said about the opposite. If she's truly saying that the happy moments were in spurts and that he didn't bring out the best in her, if this is her truth, then I feel like she was in the right to say I should not base staying with him on these momentary glimmers of hope. You know what I mean? I'm like, Pastor Cal, I feel like you like people to suffer sometimes. You know, he has a book, Married Ain't for Punks, but like, it's giving simp sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. The foolery, the experts stay lying to themselves. I absolutely cannot stand Ryan. Damn. Johnny and Miller on a date. I think you're talking about Where Are They Now. I'm going to talk about Where Are They Now in a different video. While the experts aren't perfect, seasons after season, most of the couples never even try, mostly because the person is not your type. And I feel like that has to do with the vetting process. Yes, the experts are not the actual people scouting or bringing the pool to production and stuff, but you should be able to see someone's willingness to even commit to things, you know? Like, okay, they might not be perfect match, but are they a person who's willing to really hunker down and try? At the end of the day, are they gonna try? Because, like you're saying, a lot of these people, these last few seasons, don't even want to put in effort. And you could be the perfect match. But if you're not gonna try, it's not gonna work, you know? I always bring up Jamie Otis from first season. Not a match at all to her belief at the beginning, but it was their willingness to put in the work that brought them to where they are today. Jeez. My friend sounded sweet. Yeah, she cool or whatever. The experts purposely put Gil and Mirla together despite the fact that finances are one of the top reasons for divorce. They were also polar opposites in personalities. And not even the fact that finances are a big deal when it comes to divorce and stuff, but like their beliefs on finances. So if I'm saying I want glamorousness and you're saying I can live in a box and neither of us are willing to meet in the middle, there's no budge. There's no I don't what? There's just guys, I don't even have words. Like, I don't understand. Look, if I'm gullible, fine. But I think maybe Zach, for real, waited to ask about y'all. Please, leave the Where Are They Now. The expert said marriage ain't for Mirla, and Mirla's for the streets. Period. She just might be. Mirla has no partnership skills. She's selfish and a wannabe. Oof, damn. The experts aren't rolling up their sleeves enough for me, given how this show and producers are setting people up for failure. I want to see success, not pain. Thank you. I agree. I don't think Gil is that great of an actor. Brett is big hurt. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And my heart hurts for him. Like I said, I have my criticisms of him. I don't feel like he was a perfect husband. He was definitely the more patient husband of them all. Definitely the husband who put in the most effort. But the man is hurt. He is hurt. We're going to get into that a little bit later. Pastor Kyle says Zach and Michaela had potential if they were both forthright about their feelings and their intentions. Dr. Pepper said he could have been a better supporter in her blow-ups. And this is why I say sometimes I feel like these experts want the couples to suffer. Because if I'm partnered with Michaela, say I was a man, I'm partnered with Michaela, and I see a blow-up, the last thing I'm thinking is, well, how can I support this person? I'm in a partnership with a person who's supposed to have been vetted, not only for marriage, but for marriage to me. And you're going to tell me this is a reaction that I need to bend down and support through. I'm telling you right now, the ink would have dried on those divorce papers as soon as she knocked over the first can of Clorox. Because one thing I will not do is stay in anything that even resembles abuse. And later on in the episode, Michaela goes on to say, well, now I look back on it and I can laugh about it. And, clearly I shouldn't get that angry. And I would never hurt anybody. I don't care. I do not care. I remember in university, you hear about the boys who would punch walls, and there'd still be women who dared to date those men. I'm like, you're stupid. There could be a moment, a lapse in judgment where that wall becomes your face. And I'm sorry, I'm not sticking around to find out. I'm not sticking around to find out. The show has therapists that can support her. The show has producers that can support her. But if you're saying this is a person that I'm supposed to be married to and I was supposed to support her through that behavior, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, thank you. No, no. Exactly. You ain't cussing me out and expecting me to grovel to you instead of walking out the door. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. I'm here for people dragging Mirla, Gil, and all that, but he also didn't deserve cruelty, like the one Mirla was doing. 100%. She was so cold, and it was very sad to watch. Gil is hurting. He sold everything except his dog, vehicle, and apparently his blender, for her because she wanted to live in a luxury apartment. She makes so much money but lives in a low budget box. Damn. Yeah, with the way that she was talking though, I was expecting to see marble floors, heated bathroom floors, all of this stuff. And you couldn't even see the back of her closet. And I was like, Mirla, you talk a big talk, but there's not much to show for it, baby. Unless all her money goes to clothing and trips and excursions and stuff. Okay. But if you claim to be able to afford a life of luxury on your own, I would like to see it. I would like to see the fruits of your labor, and her apartment was anything but. Just saying. And just saying. Michaela off the damn rocker, y'all. She need professional help in the form of both psychologists and a psychiatrist. I 1000% agree. Michaela was ridiculous in her reaction per usual. 1000% agree. Michaela is crazy. Um, is as crazy as a Betsy bug. I don't know what a Betsy bug is. The show couldn't help her. Man. So more of the experts. Dr. Viviana insinuates that Bao is manipulative. She did insinuate that. And Pastor Cal disagrees. Dr. Viviana was really she was really caping for Johnny, to be honest, and said she understood why he said yes. I would like to know which Johnny Dr. Viviana was privy to experiencing. Because the Johnny that we experienced, the Johnny that Bao experienced, the Johnny that Pastor Cal observed, doesn't deserve as much grace as Dr. Viviana was giving. Now Bao is manipulative? Where was this criticism during the season? Dr. V, I love you. Of the professionals, she really comes and she does it, and she's that girl. But I was like, no, I don't agree. I don't agree. Did you notice how everyone was kind of tiptoeing around what Jose did to make Rachel leave him the first time? I think he did something really bad because all the girls were mad at him. Valid points. Valid points. Yes, thank you. Once you find out what a Betsy bug is, let me know. Johnny presents well, but his actions were trash. Listen, I don't even know if Johnny presents well. I think Johnny might look good on paper in terms of accolades and the things that he wants. But when you see and experience him, no. I get frat boy. I get entitled. I get unwavering, stubborn, irritating. I don't know about presents well. Even his presentation was meh to me. Johnny can't ever give actual examples of Bao being the evil witch. He'd be lying. That's what I'm saying. There was never any CCTV footage of Bao being the way that Johnny's trying to paint her to be. Could it be true? Yes. We only get to see 2 hours of 7 days, potentially. I don't know the math, guys. So it's very possible that there is an alternate persona of Bao that we don't know. But Johnny was just, he incriminated himself way too much for me to believe anything he says. I just don't. Johnny and Zach are F-boys, and the saddest part about it is that they don't even know it. That's what makes it worse. I feel like I can respect an F boy who walks in his truth. But they genuinely believe they're good guys. And that's worse. Oof. Mm. Maybe she wanted the season back and saw, maybe she watched the season back and saw different things on the show that than what didn't make the show to have that opinion on Bao. It's possible. It's definitely possible that now her opinion is different from what she thought she was watching, for sure. Where are the receipts on Bao? They aren't showing them, but we see Johnny's trash behavior on a daily. On a daily. A Betsy bug is a beetle. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, but Johnny disgusts me. Me too. Behavior wise, yeah, I'm sorry. I cannot deal with people who always make themselves the victim because it's impossible for you to always be the one being done wrong. Always? Always. The responsibility is always someone else's? No, absolutely not. It's been Johnny's mission to make Bao look bad and turn himself in the victim, even though he's been the one being evil to Bao. I completely agree. Completely agree. Moving on, Dr. Pepper says Jose doesn't understand his okay. Dr. Pepper says Jose doesn't understand his anger and control issues, says Rachel should be concerned going forward. I agree. I don't think they should be back together. I don't. I do not. I really don't. I feel like Jose is somebody who actually presents well. I think because he wanted to feed her and he wants to take care of her and he wants to provide and he has a high credit score and he owns his house, he presents well. Behind closed doors, I can't say anything for sure because I'm not in their marriage. However, I would be concerned if I were Rachel and concerned for Rachel. Just saying. None of these couples need to be together. Child, listen. Child, listen. So the next segment is when Jose and Rachel were actually talking to the experts. And they said they argued a lot after decision day. And what changed was Jose putting in the work. I'm tired of that phrase. What is the work that you're speaking of? Because to tell me, I've put in the work, you've maybe put in work, but how does what you're saying apply to the things that I needed to be fixed in order for us to be together? So you might have went and seen a therapist, but a lot of the times what people think they're going into therapy for is not what they end up discovering about themselves. You might think, oh, I have daddy issues, and then it turns out it's something else that stems from your problems. So yeah, you could be doing things where like it's a healthy thing to do, but does it actually address the issues that you and your partner have? So don't just tell me I've been doing the work. Tell me the work. What's the work? What have you done? And the reason why I'm hesitant to accept his phrase of I've been doing the work is he found it hard to agree with the experts when they were saying he's domineering. If you've done the work, you acknowledge your behavior and you don't have to keep skating around it. You say, I am domineering. I have a history of being domineering. I have a tendency of being whatever. But he's still very combative when it comes to this. And I'm like, there's no work done. Not for these specific issues. There's no work done. I'm sorry. I feel like I wasted a whole season of my life watching this season. Time I can't get back. That's why I was wondering why so many of you guys said I should do the next season too. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do season 14. We're here now. Rachel says the passive aggressiveness, the pettiness over money, the backbiting, and the anger has to change in order for her to stay. That's what I'm saying. I highly doubt it took Jose that he changed all of that quick. I just don't believe it. Ultimately, the experts still think that the relationship has potential with the help of professional intervention. I would agree. I feel like at their core, their values do line up. So with professional intervention, I do agree that they have potential. Um, I just think right now, what I see and what we've seen, I just wouldn't put them together. I really wouldn't. Rachel really needs to pull the plug and quick. Jose ain't for her right now. See, it's the right now. I agree. He really needs to heal from his identity and anger issues first before being in any relationship. Lily, I 1000% agree. 1000% agree. So we're back to Mirla and Gil. The experts show Mirla speaking on Gil, and I'm definitely confused by Mirla. I really am. This woman was in tears, man, over Gil. Gil gets emotional about the end of their relationship because she didn't share the negatives with him, and it's true. She claims she was upfront about everything, but there were things that happened along the way that didn't make her feel loved. Dr. Pepper asks for specifics, and Mirla says it was the motives behind finances. It wasn't just the fact that they made different amounts, but there were also things that happened after decision day that didn't make her feel safe. Now, what are these things that didn't make you feel safe with Gil? Because as a messy boots baby, I want to know. I want to know what the man did to make you not feel safe. What did he do, sis? Would I believe you? I don't know, because now you're showing to say one thing and then do another. So I don't even know if you'd be telling the truth, but I would like to know. What's the tea, baby? Hey, Ramel. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to the Americans. I don't think Jose has shown actual growth. I'm with you, Rachel. I'm with you. I'm with you. Mirla is so phony, girl, bye. Considering the fact that the experts have consistently been duped by contestants season after season, I no longer believe anything that they say. Y'all are supposed to be experts. Experts. But every year you're shocked. I was shocked. You can never account for human behavior. Okay, so get somebody who can. Get somebody who can predict human behavior, because y'all are sucking at it, man. And we're tired of seeing a show that initially was intended to be wholesome, in my opinion, just turn into a money grab. Y'all want to put two polarizing characters together that, of course, can have potential when it comes to like physical attractiveness to each other sometimes. But at the core, the matching was not going to work. But then you're going to talk about, oh, we just knew for a fact it was going to work, but you just can't account for human behavior. And that's where things went wrong. Every season, that's what went wrong. Yo, bring back the expert who started dating one of the contestants, because that chick, I miss her. The blonde, bring her back. Bring back the blonde, you guys. I know it was a conflict of interest with her like being into one of the contestants, but child, clearly the show had a better success rate when she was on the call sheet. Bring her back. Bring her back. Bring her back. No one can predict human behavior, not even us. That's true, but I still feel like there were things that they could have done to help. You guys are right. These experts are a joke. Like, child, you're duped every single time? Please. But what are these people putting in their application? Regardless of what they're putting in their application, you interact with them. You go into their home. You talk to their family. Do they talk to their family? Maybe that's what we need to start doing. Talk to the people in their family. Talk to the exes. Because like Gil said at the end of this episode, he took marriage seriously. And he cannot joke about who would have been better with who, because he really wanted to be married. Marriage is a big deal, and I'll be damned if I put my trust in somebody. I mean, I wouldn't even be stupid enough to do that job. But if I'm going to put my trust in somebody to say this person is who you should marry, I would hope that you have fine-tooth combed every single nook and cranny to know for a fact this person has the highest potential in creating a successful marriage. Because, bruh, you're duped every time. Come on. Come on. But you know, family be lying. Sometimes they don't. Because remember last season, some people's fathers were like, my daughter is absolutely stubborn. She's da da da. I'm like, yo, do you want your child to be married? Like, what are you doing? But if you talk to enough family members, I think you'll get a clearer picture. Of course, people want to lean in your favor, but not everybody wants their family member to go into married at first sight. So I think there's going to be some family members who are candid about the state of their loved one for sure. Um, the bond was so much better. I don't like Viv. That's what I'm saying, man. Bring back the blonde. Wait, what? An expert dated one of the contestants. She was fired or did she quit? I think she was pushed out. I'm not quite sure. But during the season, you could kind of see her always being in favor of the husband. Even though, I mean, the wife was vile. I'm not going to lie to you. The wife did some vile things. But the way the expert was, you were like, man, does she have feelings for him? And then in two twos, they're together. Mm. Um, Chris's father and parents were the worst. Yeah. I'd say the change in the channel is what ruined the show. What channel was it on before? I believe ever since the show started airing on Lifetime, it became worse. Was it on TLC? Was it on TLC before? I feel like it was on TLC before. Somebody confirmed that for me. Damn. I saw on Reddit some women put in the applications who were in the psych field and they were denied. Sketchy, because now that I think about it, never had a psych person on the show because they would read the experts for filth. For filth. They really would. I think COVID affected these last two seasons around the vetting too. It's possible. It was on FYI. I don't know what kind of programming FYI tends to have, so I can't really compare. But damn, Lifetime really messed it up. I should apply to vet the applicants. Listen, it would be a no for everybody. It would be a no for everybody. Based on the casting special, the only person out of who they picked, who I would pick, actually two people, is Gil and Brett. Those are the only two people I would have picked. Everybody else would have been an absolute hell no. Hell no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Johnny talking about, I want somebody who's clingy. Are you 17? Like, you want somebody who's clingy? I've never heard that as a desire from a grown man. I never heard of it. Baby, if I had my credentials, I would be a psychologist on the show, but I ain't got my credentials yet. And I don't think I'm ever going to go back, to be honest. School is too much. FYI is more wholesome. You can tell even in production when it was on FYI, it was more documentary style. But it's been on Lifetime longer than FYI, so I don't think the channel matters. Also valid. I've been saying the channel changes everything. Yeah. All right, so the last segment. Whew. We've already been here for 50 minutes. Mercy. Or almost 50 minutes. So we're talking about the whole cast now. When they were sitting together, I could not help but look at Zach, Gil, and Bao. They were so miserable. And I feel for them. I feel for them because they were handed such a bad hand. Zach handed himself a bad hand with his own problems. But Bao and Gil, sheesh. Gil says his DMs are full. But the poor guy, he's so broken. Like, he was talking about other heterosexual men, just congratulating him about the kind of husband that he was and the fact that he went through this process and everything. And just him talking about the process made him so emotional. I feel for him, man. I do. I really... I feel for Gil. Hurt is hurt. It doesn't matter how the person like, you know, presented themselves on the show. He's hurt. Whether you like him or not, he's hurt. He's broken. The veins was on full display. The man was in distress. Oh, ciao. But yeah, he's saying the social media response has been overwhelming for him. There's women in there talking about I'm ready. I'm ready to be with you. This is our time, baby. And he's just not there yet. He's not there yet. I've been meaning to ask, did Ready to Love come on last week? It's seeming like it didn't. I wasn't gonna do a live anyways, but it sounds like it didn't come on. So we'll be back on Friday. It's already Wednesday. Whew, child. Mirla wants money and Johnny has money, but Karam is what we can count on. I don't know what Karam is. But yeah, Johnny does have money. So Jose straightens out that he is straight. Okay? Jose says he's straight. So y'all need to stop coming for his neck. Okay? He don't like boys. He likes girls. Realistically, for me, it was never like his mannerisms or the things that he would say to Johnny for me that made me kind of question his sexuality. It was his constant need to prove his masculinity, especially because there are gay men who can be masculine, but it's rare that there are feminine men who are straight. You know? So him always being like, this is the masculine thing to do. This is what men do. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm like, who are you proving it to? Why are you so adamant on stating your claim as a masculine man? I am masculine. There are gay men who don't even have to plead their masculinity. But there are rarely straight men who stand in their femininity. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Zana. Oh, Karma. Did I read Karam? Oh, because it was a misspell. Okay. I was like, what? Alexis, relax. Relax. Whew. Yeah, he was trying to prove his masculinity, but I think it's because he's short. I mean, again, height has nothing to do with masculinity. There are very tall women who are feminine. Like, that was something I couldn't get over. I was like, okay, I don't believe that he's gay. I don't see anything that he does that makes me think he's gay. But the only thing I'm concerned about is this want to be so masculine. A masculine man is just going to be masculine. It's just there. There's no need to prove. There's no like test of masculinity. It's weird. It's really weird. Dr. Jessica the Blonde got pushed out after the 5th season because she started dating John. He used to be married to Molly Duff the Boston season. Yeah, I don't believe that she quit or they fired her. I feel like it was a very heavy-handed push. Very heavy-handed push, for sure. Listen, masculinity, ego, hugging up on Johnny every chance he got. He's in the closet, girl. Hey, man. Sexuality these days is fluid, so he still could very well like women. So, I mean, if you buy it, just say that. That's okay. And if you're gay, that's okay too. And if you're straight, obviously that's fine because that's considered the norm in society. Like, I just want to know why he just wants to be seen as a man so much. Like, what about you makes you feel like you're not manly enough? Like, I just want to know. He's trying to overcompensate. Oof, baby. On my life, I didn't mean it like that. Sure. So Mirla, Johnny, and Rachel go on trips together, but Mirla and Johnny were seen in Cancun together only by happenstance. He was there for a wedding. She was there for a work trip with her girlfriend, and they just happened to meet up in Cancun. The way that they be schmoozing up next to each other, I don't buy it. I mean, it could be the fact that they were going to be in Cancun at the same time, but to say that was the only that not somebody else. Why am I popular today? Babes, is this long? Oh, are you gonna be long? I'm doing a live.
Oh shoot, yes, my bad, my bad.
You're the second person. Nikki literally called me like 20 minutes ago during the live. Can I do a group call with you guys when I'm done?
All right.
Okay, I'll call you.
Okay, later.
I'm all of a sudden so popular. Wow, that's amazing. Um, you think Jamie was pushed out as a host of Unfiltered? I didn't catch up. I don't know. I just heard that she's no longer hosting Unfiltered. I don't know why. I don't know why. Right, we don't care, but you were on the wrong show, little man. Ooh, mercy. I'm sorry, but I'm the only one who noticed Zachary's feminine speak. Ooh, child, y'all are just. It was not him. Gospel, don't even try it. Don't even try it. It's not him. Hello and Juan, we're glad to have you. Ooh, Johnny basis as to why he and Bao didn't work out makes no sense. 1000%. I didn't feel bad for Gil either. He was so invested in the marriage, he wasn't seeing the cues. I could understand you not feeling bad for Gil. I don't really yeah, I don't know. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Gospel, you're trying to be an instigator right now, and I don't like it. You know, we only talk about him on Mondays. It is Wednesday. We don't talk about my personal life on Wednesdays. Gil thinks nothing of their relationship together, but he was very visibly irritated with the whole Mirla and Johnny thing. Yeah, he's broken, bro. Hi, Precious. Glad to have you in here, even though you just video called me. Did you see the preview for the next season and how he looked at the couples? One of them is Jeffy's friend. He's probably going to be trash like Jeffy. Yeah, I thought Jeffy wasn't the best husband, to be honest. I feel bad for Gil. She was deceptive. Yeah. All right. So Kevin asks Michaela about Hurricane K. And she says she's able to laugh about it now, looking back. She says in the moment, she was overwhelmed by the feelings and it just bubbled up. Like I said before, I'll be damned if this is someone's response to feelings, being overwhelmed. At the first Clorox bottle that she knocked over, I would have signed out, signed off, logged off, turned the computer off, shut it down, burn it up, throw it in the lake, burn the lake on fire. I'm done. If you were able to hit inanimate objects in frustration in an environment that isn't meant for hitting, you think I'm going to stay? And then after reflecting on it, you want to talk about, oh, I can laugh about it now. Okay. Thank you for the belated birthday wish. Not early happy Sabbath. Sabbath is like 3 days out. Michaela has not changed my opinion. I 1000% agree. She needs serious help. Yes, absolutely. It was so infuriating. Nobody held Michaela accountable. Nobody. Not a single human being. What is that about? It's not right. I'm so sorry. So everyone ignored when Zach told Hurricane K to stop pushing him during the retreat. The fact that the man had to leave the premises wasn't enough for y'all to be like, okay, let's intervene. What's going on? She was flipping over tables, running over benches, just tearing through that house like a Tasmanian devil, and has the audacity to say, oh, I can laugh about it now. You guys. Ooh. How can they be scared of her? They signed her checks, threatened to sue her. You're damaging property. You're breaching contracts. How can they be scared of her? Nah. I found a clay mug in the garage, but that's it. I was so mad at my mom, and you can't say anything to mom. But how old were you? Is the question. How old were you? Because, Michaela's 35. So, there's a big difference here. I didn't like how Michaela cussed Zach out on camera the first time. Yeah, definitely. It was giving signs of abuse from the jump. Ryan's reaction still gets me, though. Him with his hand folding, talking about, I'm getting in the car. Okay, I'll get in. Still cracks me up. And then didn't get in the car. No, the other couples are scared of her. That's why they didn't hold her accountable. Oh, the other couples. Okay. I could see that. That's unfortunate, though. Especially because at the end of it, the women were saying, this is such a strong bond. There's no way that you could just cut each other off after having experienced this together. If we have such a strong bond and we're truly friends, I need you to call me out on my BS. I've had friends bring me to tears because of the fact that I had to acknowledge that I was trash. And that sucks. But those people mean the absolute world to me because they would never let me look like boo-boo the damn fool in the streets. Because they love me. And loving does not mean avoiding. Sometimes with love comes correction. Nobody corrected the girl. At least not on camera for us to see. I wouldn't call these people your friends. Or if Michaela calls them her friends, I wouldn't call Michaela my friend. Not if I'm not willing to be, forthright with her, to be honest with her, to call her out on her BS. Nuh-uh. That's not a friend. That's somebody you know. Who's Michaela? I know her. She's not my friend. How none of Michaela's family or friends held her accountable for decades is just mind-blowing. I agree. The sister wants to chop it up to, oh, she's just stubborn. I'm stubborn. Yulaine is stubborn. I would never hit anything. In my adulthood, let me make that clear. In my adulthood. Oh, geez, these hiccups. I would never hit anything. Isn't it interesting how when you have hiccups, you basically put your lungs on reset by not breathing? I just thought that was funny. Gil was the only one to call out Michaela. Yeah, the audacity of Dr. Pepper tells the audacity Dr. Pepper tells Jose he needs therapy, but not Michaela. Imagine that. I love how Gil called her out. And I appreciate that he did because somebody had to. All right. She says her mind goes to her dad. Her dad was killed by a drunk driver. And again, this is trauma that you carry. Now, every time the man leaves in the night, you're going to think he's going to be hit by a drunk driver because your dad was. It's something that's so rare to happen. but you cannot let it hinder your life, your well-being. Like, girl. And she was basically upset because she was, oh, these are her words. She thinks it's hurtful, vindictive, and mean that he's unbothered about leaving. Even though during the reunion he tried to apologize and she completely shut him down. I'm so sorry. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I, as your partner, am not in charge of your trauma. It is not up to me to heal you. Now, that's not to say I cannot step in and say, I want to do this for you because I love you, because you are my partner, because we're in this together. But is it my responsibility? No. No. So when it comes to Zach being unbothered about leaving, he felt like he was in an unsafe situation and wanted to remove himself. I agree. 1000% I agree. Now, whether or not you think about your dad or you think about something else or you talk about, well, I have abandonment issues. Why would he do that? Get help for the abandonment issues. People are going to drive in the nighttime. You can't always go back to, well, we shouldn't because my dad was hit by a drunk driver. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That is very, very sad. That is very, very sad. And that's something that you're going to carry to the last day of your life. But to let that hold you so much so that this is the reaction when someone wants to leave in the night, babe. No. No. If Michaela was my friend, she would hate my guts. I'd protect her in public, but in private, she would be crying for mercy. I'm too blunt because I care. If I don't care, I'll let them run amok. That's what I'm saying. If I don't care about somebody, how they present to other people doesn't matter to me. But I want my person to show up as the best self that they can be. And I feel like Michaela's people in her life don't do that. Kay didn't say any of that. She said go. She didn't say any of that in the moment, but whenever she recounts the Hurricane K situation, that's what she says. She says, I thought about my dad. I'm sorry, babe, but the two instances aren't correlated. They're not correlated. That is no excuse to exhibit this behavior. Michaela has anger issues prior to her dad passing. The sister said she was always like this. Hurricane K is known in the family. The unfortunate thing is now there's also trauma on top of that she has not dealt with. Talk about your dad. Talk about what that meant for you. Talk about how it still haunts you to this day. Because for you to subject somebody to always having to think of, oh, I can't leave right now because Michaela's going to think about her dad, that's not fair to your partner. It's not. It's just not. You're 35. You are now in charge of your mental health, your well-being. And it's a disservice to you and your partner not to seek help. It is. It is. This woman has a lot of teeth. Okay. Last but not least, Kevin asked the cast who would have been better suited for everyone, but Gil didn't think this was a funny conversation. Literally everybody thought it was funny besides him, and he decides to leave. Johnny kind of makes a joke about it, like, oh, guess he didn't like that, and Rachel was like, okay, like, stop. Michaela goes after him to console him, and basically his issue with the whole situation was just the fact that everybody is taking marriage so lightly. If marriage was just this thing, everybody would do it and just hop out of it whenever it didn't serve you anymore. And I'm with him. It's frustrating when you think very strongly about something and everybody just kind of treats it willy-nilly, whatever. I would be very frustrated too. If I was Gil and I truly thought I did my best and my best gave me someone who was pretending the entire time, I would be very annoyed. I'd be very annoyed. Heike, it's insulting to Michaela's father to always blame his death for behavior absolutely crazy. May he rest in peace. Yeah. I still don't get why Mirla didn't pull a Ryan if she wasn't into Gil. It's just not adding up. It's not adding up at all. I think she's trying to keep her whole, like, I'm a bad B persona, but Now you just look like a bee. You just look like a bitch. There's no bad. You just look bad and you look like a bitch, not a bad bitch. Zach want to date Bao. What do you think about that? Good match? I don't think Zach should date anybody right now. I don't. But again, we only know the produced Zach. So maybe Zach in real life is a good match for Bao. I don't know. But the Zach that I experienced needs time. He's what, 27? We are 2 years apart. Even I need time. Before marriage? Ooh, cha. We need time. Johnny had the audacity to say him and Mirla should have been paired together. What do Mirla and Johnny even have in common besides the capacity for evil? I mean, maybe that's good enough. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's probably where they're coming from. All right, we've been here for an hour and 5 minutes. Any other thoughts about it? If you ask me about where are they now, I obviously did not watch it because I'm here with y'all right now, so I cannot answer any questions about that. But based off of the reunion, both part 1 and part 2, what are y'all's takeaways? What do y'all think? What about Gil and Brett? Are they a match? I saw the trailer that they were teasing. I think fundamental beliefs, yes. Practically, though, I don't see it. I've already seen them with someone else, so it's hard for me to reframe my mind. Like Gil and Brett, I don't know. I don't know if I see it. Mirla and Johnny are the one and the same horrible people. I felt for Gil on the frustration with folks not taking marriage seriously. 1000%. It's almost a slap in the face because you're like, I wasted all this time, this effort, this energy for people who never were going to take it as serious as I did. Because I would rather be okay with the situation if I know we put our best foot forward and we tried our absolute best than to realize you never intended on giving it your all from the start. I'd be livid. I would actually like to see Brett and Gil. Interesting. Johnny wants that ass, not Mirla. Oh, mercy. He'd be facing his own cruelty if they were emotionally tied. I think he would. He would really have to look in the mirror and be like, was this how I was to Bao? So maybe they should be together. Who knows? I believe her family has always told her she's a princess, she's so cute, she's the baby, etc. She looks very different from her mom and sisters. She's spoiled and apparently was never disciplined. But here's the thing. I'm the baby too. I was spoiled. I was spoiled. Okay, let me tell you. We didn't have like the high life, but in terms of what we had, I was definitely spoiled. But no, I don't see that as an excuse either. In adulthood, if we were talking about these people who are teenagers, who are in university, still discovering themselves, I would bend so much more in their favor. The majority of this cast is 35. At what point are you going to let go of childish ways and take hold of your mental health? Take hold of your actions. Be accountable for yourself. At what point? If you can't do it at 35. Anyways, let me move on. My sister saw Zach in Houston at a brunch last week. He said Married at First Sight was the worst experience and he regretted doing it. Also, turns out he's originally from our hometown, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Damn. I could see him saying he regrets it all. If I was going to be forever tied with Michaela, I'd regret it too. All the people need to be better communicators is something I've learned. 1,000%. 1,000%. Yes, make sure you like the video. There's 92 people in here, 93 currently. Like the hell. Support your girl. Support your girl. Johnny is talking to Sarah, it seems so. So in all those years where Johnny was like, it took me however many years and I still was never attracted to you, clearly he was attracted to Sarah, so he should have done something about that. Who knows? You allow me to sell all my things. She was effed up for that. Yeah. Knowing she was never fully invested, that's messed up. That is messed up. I restarted my life to commit to you, and you knew you did not intend on staying long term. She said she felt unsafe with him. Was this revenge or something? You feel unsafe with me, yet you're gonna let me uproot my life so we can start a life together? Someday retro. What's going on with Mirla was all like, don't touch. What got me was Mirla was all like, don't touch me, but let Johnny put sunscreen on her, and she don't like bald people, but Johnny is balding. Oh. Sarah is a homewrecker, as is Bao. So, hey, I mean, hey, it's the pot, it's the kettle, it's the pot. Oh, y'all know I suck at sayings. It's the pot, it's the kettle. Oh, it's gonna look like I'm having a brain aneurysm. It's the kettle calling the, it's the pot calling the kettle black. Somebody call somebody black, okay, and they both black. That's the point. I'm so glad Gil did not give away hype, because some people sell their pets for love. Yeah. The backstabbing was a group though. I said it right. Okay, good. Pot calling the kettle black. Thank you. Somebody call somebody black, okay? Yeah, somebody black. How was about a homewrecker? Did I miss something? Well, it's just the whole, I'm saying he, Bow's going with Zach, who's technically married to Michaela. That's the whole thing. People are skeptical on the timeline of their relationship. That's why the whole homewrecker comment is there. We don't know for sure, but we're just going to go with it right now because we are messy boots and we like drama. So that's it. Put it like to make difference. Huh? I like to make different sayings, like it's the duck calling the sun yellow. Why everything gotta be black? On that note, I think we gotta call it, because what? It's the duck calling the sun yellow. I've never heard. Wow. Alexis, I love you. I love you so much. Missed the episode due to traveling. Is Bao and Zach together? Confirmed. The people who watched the Where Are They Now can confirm that for you. I don't know. We're a messy boots, child. We are messy boots over here. But yeah, if there's no other thoughts, comments, and concerns, I will be back tomorrow with an actual video about Where Are They Now. I'm kind of dreading doing it. I feel like I already know where they are now, but it's okay. We'll do it. We'll see it through. Gil was putting down Mirla the whole time. If Mirla felt unsafe after, I believe it. Jose and Gil are both financially controlling. Valid points. It's still on? No, then I don't care where they are. It's still on right now? Oh no. The timeline and the fact that she was shown as Michaela's close friend, who she went to when there was issues, then right after Bao and Zach are together, it's smelling very fishy. I'm very skeptical. Because you know it be them ones that listen to the problems who self-correct before they go for your man. It be the ones. They sit there and they listen to you. And I'm not saying this is bad. We're just putting out hypotheticals. They sit there and they listen and they say, babe, you don't deserve him. How could he say that to you? Meanwhile, they're making mental notes of what not to do. And then in 2 twos, they're with your man. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's supposed to be over at midnight. Ugh, that's disgusting. Yo, Lifetime is using and abusing us, you guys. They're using and abusing us. Whew. Ciao. I want to help you and make you happy. Is there anything I can do to put a smirk on your beautiful face? You talking to me, Sean? You talking to me, Sean? You want to make me happy? Yeah, I never trust the girls who are always like doting and listening, talking about you don't deserve. Like, I would like constructive criticism from both sides. And just bow. It was a little suspect. Now you're into her man. Her legally bound man, not her real man, because these two should not be together. Mm-hmm. 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 I would be concerned. Anyways, I don't see y'all saying anything more, so maybe I should call it. Oh, here we go. If we remember, Bao didn't deny what Sarah said, so shrug, shrug, shrug. Anyway, I'm going to hop out. Thank you, KRT, for being here. I enjoy your commentary. Remember how Bao was peeking out the door at the ranch? She knew she was going in for the kill trial. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mirla and Bao are fake. Interesting how they were both attracted to Johnny in some form or fashion. Like attracts like, you know. Like attracts like. Sure does. Did you see the new couples at all? Aw, thank you, Sean. I mean, I don't know what you could do for me. This is so weird. I don't know. I have no idea. Why what gospel? Good night, Venus. Glad to have you here. I can't with Zach's porn stash. I agree. Oh, I saw the teaser for Where Are They Now. I was like, cut it off. Oh, it's giving Predator. Zach and Bao role playing like a bad Tyler Perry movie. Cut the cameras. Oh no, that's what they're doing. The new couples did not look that interesting. Really? I thought the black woman, I want to follow the black woman's story. She looked interesting. The one that I posted today. Yes, I believe they're from Boston. Mm-hmm. Johnny was talking about drowning when he was with Bao. Too bad he didn't. Alexis, we need to put you in timeout. We need to put you in timeout because I can't with you. Why are they into Johnny? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you, maybe there's a Johnny that we aren't privy to experiencing. Maybe, I don't know. I can't possibly fathom it, but I have no idea. I have no idea. Hey, Pooh. How you doing? We about to head out. You late. I'm so sorry. Actually, Sean, I found something you could do. If you want to donate to my PayPal, it is in my link tree. There you go. There you go. That's something you could do for me. Oh, and then you answered. Have you ever talked to rude people that had smug looks on their faces and you just wanted to smack the look off their face? Yo, Sean, are you good? I mean, yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah, I have. Yeah. I don't do it though. I fight the urge, but the urge has arisen. Arisen? Arised? Arose. Rosen. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is the sex. It can't be the sex. The man watches, what was it? Hen I almost said henna. Hentai. His sex experience is based off of watching cartoons. Get it on. It's not the sex. It can't be the sex. It can't be the sex. Camille comes to mind. I'd be wanting to smack that smirk off her face every Friday. Yes. Hentai. Yeah. He be watching hentai. That's where he learned. Why are you blushing? Say goodnight. I'm blushing? Am I blushing? There's only one man who can make me blush, and he is radio silent right now, so trust me, I'm not blushing. That's hilarious. Yes, hentai is Japanese porn. That's what he said he watches. I think he's a sex addict. He's so odd. Well, sex addict is a strong term. It literally means at like almost every waking moment you think about and need to have sex. I don't think it's that bad for him, but it's definitely I wouldn't say it's a healthy relationship with sex. That's for sure. Those never before scenes of him, gross. Gospel. Oh my gosh, I can't with you. I'm gonna cut it off at 11:30. So these last 4 minutes. Final words from y'all. I think he's on the cusp. LOL. Cusp of being a sex addict. I could believe that. I could believe it. What else we got in here? Thanks for coming through, Lola Lucky. And sorry to anybody who tunes into other videos on this channel. Like, I'm telling you, the hype of my birthday just had me so off kilter when it comes to YouTube. And also, I'm working. I can't really say much right now because one, it's confidential, and two, it might not come to fruition. But I'm working on something that is taking up my time. But let's just see. Some of you guys have been saying I should do something. And I'm following through and doing it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I'm sorry. Do I have any advice for the following? When you are on camera, how do you avoid double chin? What? I mean, I don't know. No tips come to mind. I don't. Wow. Thank you, Joshua, for the belated birthday wish. What happened to Love Island reviews? That's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't even seen the last review video that I did is the last episode I've watched. I haven't seen anything. Like, I'm so behind on everything. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I am gonna watch the next season. I put out a question, and a lot of people said they would like for me to review the next season, so we're gonna do it. Sidebar: I really like your hair. What products do I use? My hair is relaxed, and I just put Bantu knots. That's what gets the curls. This is like these Bantu knots are from Wednesday, so they're very old now. But yeah, in terms of products, they're actually in the description of every bio, every every video description. The products are in there. It's my friend's company. All right, it's 11:30. Y'all be blessed. Love talking to y'all. The where are they now? I'll put it out tomorrow. Season 14 is a go. It starts January 5 for anybody who will be watching it along with me. And yeah, ready to love people. I'll see you on Friday. Love Island people, I'll try my best to catch up. I can't make any promises because, like I said, I'm working on a lot right now. My schedule is actually busy, but yeah. Um, y'all be blessed and have a good night.